So they'll be calling you a radical back to the biggest sham and crime in human history. So next time somebody tells you, oh, I read on the internet, they caught all the water and dumped the water, and they're reporting this 4,561 days later. You know, and the trinium, the whole tank water fallacy is it's a shiny ballism. And it shows you academia that's even mentioning this. The same people that haven't mentioned Fukushima for 12 years, over 12 years, are now saying it. You can show the laziness of the so-called professors out there. They're just regurgitate whatever narrative's out there. I mean, academia is pitiful, and then that's been proven. If mainstream media, academia, Kevin Blanch hasn't proved what a fraud it has evolved into, because trust the science. I am the science. In science, you have to do the field work. You can't just sit and regurgitate a narrative. Kevin Blanch did the field work. I'm the greatest, probably, scientist in modern history on the Fukushima effect. The greatest PhD opportunity in the world, and I'm the only fucker that took it on Earth. Hello, hello, hello. So next time somebody starts that narrative, just look right them in the eyes and say, where's the CORES? Can you please explain me what the 3 cores are? There's 3 full core meltdowns. It took me a year and a half to convince anybody it was 1 core meltdown. It's 3 full core. Just ask them, say, where's the CORES? What about these spent fuel pools of them? Well, at least 7 of them, most likely 8. All 6 had a spent fuel pool, and there was a common spent fuel pool, and they blew to fucking smithereens. Wasn't spent. That's unarguable fucking documented, using homeless people and people that the mob owned money in paper suits. Okay. And then you're going to go along when the whole media shuts up and zips up and doesn't say one word about it for 12 and a half years, and now all of a sudden they're out. And by the way, the whole tank water fallacy is part of their plan on the propaganda to, the frogs. It's backfiring. Everybody knows. It's been proven on everybody in every swinging in the freaking. They know that mainstream media is a clown circus. They know it's total manipulated bullshit, including Joseph Google. I mean, people are like, go talk to 1,000 people and say, well, is mainstream media tell you the truth? I'll doubt you get one. And maybe somebody who is mainstream media might tell you, yeah, oh, yes. But my guess is, 999 are say, oh, no. And alternative media is even worse. Alternative media, and I'll tell you why. Because when people started talking about Fukushima, Joseph Google started pounding them down in the, it's like net neutrality. Trump, your Lord and Savior, which Obama and Trump are the 2 greatest criminals in human history, and Biden. It's the 3. I mean, the buck stops where? The cover-up of Fukushima. The buck stops where? The buck stops. Because scientists, they're mystified, they're baffled, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're bewildered. All this that has happened post the meltdowns on the Pacific Ocean and into the jet stream in the direct downwinder theater, you're going to chalk up coincidence? Coincidence doesn't get it in science. The acute radical salmon collapse, the acute radical, just wasting these on the tide pools. Kevin Blanch, I did it. I mean, my tide pool work alone was me on my Nobel Prize. How about the fires I predicted? This energy is unforeseen before. It's never happened before. And, it took Lake Barrett 2,888. Yeah, the same cover-up kingpin of 3 Mile Line is Fukushima. Yalta by the sea. Japan, the United States runs Japan. After a war, we had a world war. The world was divided up. Hello. Stalin and the Russians took Eastern Europe. The United States took Japan after they dropped 2 nuclear bombs on them. Remember when Obama was eating his sushi? He went over there. Remember Hillary? Got to talk to Henry before I go to food. That leaked emails. So just ask any of these guys. Any of these people, just say, okay, the water, that's a nothing burger. Because the bottom line is, how much water did they catch? How much did they catch? Come on, we've done the math. I'm an old staff professor. If they caught all the water, we get incredible typhoons. Go ask Obama. He was on Jimmy Kimmel asking if he gets calls at 4 o'clock in the morning like Hillary's ad. Jimmy Kimmel's so ignorant. And he says, yeah. Like when? Like when Fukushima happened, Jimmy Kimmel, where's Johnny Carson? What's Fukushima? You know, the typhoon. He called it a typhoon. So Rahm Emanuel's over there eating now, which was in the Situation, the cover-up of Fukushima. Who's in the club? He thinks they're in the club. They don't illuminate. They radiate. Okay, go ahead. The new Madame Curie's. You know about Madame Curie? Oh, she was the great scientist. Oh, really? Was she a scientist? And to be a great scientist, you have to keep the bias out. And how do you keep the bias out? You have to use data. We have 12 years of data. Kevin Blanch, really, these are full-blown out meltdowns. They're lying. It's going to genocide the Pacific Ocean. The tide pools will go first. It's never happened before. Lake Barrett, Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes, day 2,888, I believe it was. Supposedly at Fukushima. Well, this was like going to the moon. Lake Barrett, Leslie Stahl, who's head of the cleanup over there, supposedly. Way bigger than that. This has never happened before. Where are the cores? See them holes they have burrowed in? Do you know about the Japanese Trench, the mantle? Do you know about the jet stream? Do you know that the overpass that cars drive on, when all the debris was, I used to see, when I'm walking the coast, so much Fukushima. I have a Fukushima worker's helmet that I found on the beach in Pacific Beach, California. Hello, jet stream moves left or right. So everybody's saying, oh, China's going crazy. China's had their stuff boycotted from day one. So is Europe. So is most of the world. And he said it yesterday exactly right. Schultz, not that Schultz. Tom, all I ever wanted was my peace of mind. That's what I got. The real scientist, Kevin Blanch, the new Semmelweis, throw me in a rubber room, beat me to death. Well, they threw me in a hospital and split me open, pour me out. Open heart surgery twice. I've been fighting AML leukemia. What a compelling story. Went into the bone marrow transplant 11-11-11. So the German PM says, yesterday he says, nuclear energy is a dead horse. Now I want to say to the activist community and to us tiny few that fought him tooth and nail, you feel like, we're frustrated, whatever? No. Game over. The game's over. They lost. The nuclear energy is over. Nuclear energy's done. Just like he said in Germany yesterday. Oh, it's a dead horse. The propaganda machine for the nuclear energy crime syndicate, they were too lazy with their feet up in the south of France, getting massage in Morocco. Remember the head of the EPA for Trumpy? That's where he was. Look it up. He was in Morocco getting massages, These are serfs. They showed up late. They could try to take Kevin Blanch's lightning and put it back in the bottle. Well, I flipped the bottle behind my back and I shattered it with my bat, my axe handle bat. They could try to put my toothpaste back in the tube. Ain't happening. Tube's ripped to shreds. It's over. Nuclear energy is over. And everybody who is coming out and, the propaganda machine, this, that, the other thing, it's too late, baby. It's too late. All's they're doing, let them go. Let them go. They're branding themselves in history as the biggest fools. And history's going to look back and say, look at these fools. 3-4 coal meltdowns. And we're afraid of nuclear meltdowns. We're afraid and the people that should be fighting back the hardest in North America are fighting back the least. The whole world's fighting. You think, nuclear physicists in Germany, they don't know nothing. Oppie himself, that creep, Oppenheimer. How do we sensationalize that creep? When everybody said don't drop it, he dropped it anyway. You're talking one of the creepiest human beings who ever walked the face of the earth. Oh, Oppie. And Truman. Whoa. Even Oppie said it. If the Germans wanted the bomb and this technology, they would have it first. They're the best nuclear physicists in the world. It was obvious. They didn't want it. They weren't interested in it. He knew that. He dropped it anyway. So think about that. Whoa. Dropped 2 of them. Whoa. Angela Merkel was the PM of Germany when Fukushima happened. She's a nuclear physicist. Kevin Blanch, the nuclear plasma finish. It's fabric. It's a gas. You don't know what it is. Plutonium fires. How about the fires? I mean, a hunt president. Go talk to anybody in NorCal. Go talk to a fire chief. They'll say, all of them start simultaneously. I've never seen nothing. You don't even know what this energy is because it never happened at Chernobyl. One partial graphite reactor that brand new, had no spent fuels, that blew up and 780,000 men entombed it, including a mining operation. What'd they do here? Rahm Emanuel, John Holdren, Haas Cartwright, remember him? The Joint Chief of Staff, gonna be, who leaked everything out, was gonna go to prison and Obama freaking pardoned him. Yeah, that guy, all in the Situation Room. Make it so. The science and technology. Heyman and Ortiz, professors at Harvard. Talk about brand yourself in history. This is the greatest crime in human history. The cover-up of Fukushima. The greatest event in human history. We're afraid of meltdowns. We're afraid of meltdowns. That might get one at Chernobyl in Ukraine. But ignore the ones that happen. So next time somebody starts the tritium, the water test, and what hasn't affected anything, number one, I'll post the links again. In May, before the disposal water tank, in the harbor of Fukushima, Japan, rockfish caught by the fishing alliance, the Japan Fishing Alliance, they test their fish. 18,000 becquerels of cesium-137 per kilogram in multiple fish. That's 180 times over the raised limits. And they just raised the limits. And I mean, we don't even have limits here. Remember Hillary? Got to talk to Henry, and they pulled in 2011, look it up, in April of 2011, what did they do? March 2011, the debate, they had a sacrificial, and they pulled the food inspection. The origin of food, you don't even know what it is. You know, get your rice, get your Europe and Asia have had it banned the whole time. This is nothing new, but the media decides to report it now. Come on, man. It's so, well, that was right there close. Cesium-137 only comes from a nuclear fission meltdown event. Okay, how about in February of 2022, 40 kilometers off the coast of Fukushima? Breaking news, fish swim. The Japanese current's very swift, runs right into the California current. That bridge made it from Japan after the tsunami and earthquake. Overpass bridge landed on Gold Beach, freaking Oregon in day 6 or 7. Obama sat on the White House lawn and told the greatest lie in human history. Scientists tell us the plume is coming over us right now. This was on Day 6, March 17th, St. Patty's Day, in the Rose Garden, 2011. Scientists tell it's safe. I'll keep you abreast. I'll keep you in the know what I know. Well, obviously, he didn't know shit. You know, keep him in the dark, I guess. The greatest lie in human history, because the exact same time Hillary Clinton, whether it be Hummer or Hillary, sending out to her crew, don't go outside. If you do, take a shower, wash your clothes. We didn't get those emails. They're out there. Look it up. I wonder who leaked those out there. Got to go talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima. You know, eating it. You know, do you know the story of Madame Curie? What happened to her? Now, was she really a scientist? No. She didn't keep an open mind. She was dead sure she was going to prove that radiation was harmless. Well, we know what happened to her. And she never did open up her mind. You know, and the own evidence is proven that's not a scientist. That's a propagandist, you know, to their own demise. Kevin Blanch. Because I have the data that proved. First you hypothesize the knowledge. Then you do the field work. I've done 12 years, every single day, nonstop, while in critical condition. Open heart surgery twice, sleeping in a sleeping bag with no money. They slandered me. When the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate there were dozens of YouTube sites and Facebook, but literally dozens. And we proved who hired them and paid them with my name on them 100% to slander me. That's all they were. I mean, called me sociopath, called me every name in the book. Slandered me hardcore, went after me viciously to the point it almost got me killed. While I'm in critical condition, felonies in all 50 states. But they're the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate, the Untouchables. And if you don't believe that's true, look what happened in Ohio. You know, Larry Householder's doing 20 years in prison, the lead politician in the entire Ohio. The House Majority Speaker took the bribe. The people that bribed him, no charges. I mean, it's the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate in the United States. Germany, Angela Merkel says, we're done. They shut them all down. No, them Germans don't know no. You think? I mean, kind of low. Come on, long. Oh, Oppie. Oh, Oppie Basils was born at Los Alamos. I see Bill Richardson has passed away. Isn't Zorro Ranch there? Now, wasn't he implicated in the whole Epstein clan in New Mexico? Just coincidence, bro. Well, we all get our turn now. So, just ask anybody who starts on the propaganda. Okay, all right, the trinium, whatever. What about these rockfish that they caught? Oh, that was just. What about in 2011, the KLK study, Ken Buesler's name's on? I'll post it over and over and over because the EU leaked that out. The EU legally could put it out. They hid it in the United States. All these multiple professors from all over, including Arizona. I mean, why is the University of Arizona? Hello. Buesler, Woodholes, the whole sham. In 2011, there was a secret study with a boat over there. Woodhull's boat was over there. They were taking samples. I'm the guy that leaked it out, and it's out there now, including the conclusion with pictures of them and the whole works. First sample set, 40 kilometers off the coast, 30 meters down into the water column. 3 times the background level. Now, do I have to explain background level? You know, the Bikini Atolls, you know, the open air test in Nevada, which killed my father, the Marine, drafted Marine, they nuked to death, tried to make a sequel out of me. I have the atom bomb disease. I have leukemia. I've been fighting it for 12 years, and people are still telling me how to survive. When my daughter says you're the 1% of the 1%, he says people should be flocking to you, asking you how you survived. But you know how dogma goes. And so, second sample set, 50 times the cesium-137. Back. Whoa, that's enough to scare the bejesus out of. I mean, that's deadly. Oh, it gets better. Third sample set, 1,000 times the cesium-130. 1,000 times. That's in the abstract. In the conclusion, we conclude that the Fukushima meltdowns, water, this is June 2011, is already into the water column and into the biosphere. There's no stopping it. What do you mean? We're going to show trinium. Okay, just ask them, where's the course? Which I named Del Mar, Argentina syndrome in March of 2011. Kevin Blanch, the greatest activist, and probably the greatest scientist since Semmelweis. We know what they did to Semmelweis, germ theory. You know about him? Look him up. He was right. Doctors need to wash their hands. That's blasphemy. There isn't little visible germs that fly through the air. He proved it. For 10 years, he proved it with his patients. Absolute, unarguable proof. Opinion doesn't get it. The spin and the fraud that's out there, and again, let them brand themselves in history. This is the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history, the greatest event in human history, the greatest crime in human history, the cover-up of Fukushima. Just ask them when they start their propaganda pro-nuclear. It just shows you who owns all the media, including the alternative media. You know, just ask them. Where's the cores? Where's these 3 cores at? And as they said, we've never gotten near them. We've tried. We've sent robots in with many, many thousand degree temperatures to withstand. We can't get near them. Glass Lake Baron himself. You know, the cover-up kingpin. We don't know. Never happened before. And you're telling me there's no byproduct from that. We're afraid of nuclear meltdowns. We're afraid of nuclear meltdowns until that happens, and it's see no nuclear energy. Speak no, hear no. Simply, and this is Kevin Hans Christian Anderson Blanch. Do you know the story? I mean, I use these innuendos and these metaphors, and people don't even know what I'm talking about. This is how ignorant, dummy down America is, and Fukushima hasn't proven that. The Emperor Has No Clothes? I mean, that's one of the most contemporized children's book in U.S. history. Well, it's really not a children's book. That's exactly what this is. It's exactly the nuclear energy media, all of them, Reuters, BBC, CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, you know, the alternative media, the nuclear energy emperors. They have no fucking clothes. Stay tuned.